Good morning. Now, I know you won't believe this because I never make mistakes, right? But I have had to film this 3 times because I keep messing things up. Hopefully, third time's the charm and everything will go smoothly. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. Okay, let's jump right in. This video is called Cracking the Code. That is because I have created for you 2 different types of secret codes that you can use to create secret messages. Just like a map, every code has a key, and the key tells you what all the different symbols mean or what all the different letters represent. Hi, Jack.
I want my brownie.
You want a brownie? It's over there on that plate in front of the microwave.
There.
On the counter over there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. So these 2 different types of codes you can use to create secret messages and have other people in your house try and decode them to figure out what they mean. I have created these 2 codes and I've given you their keys so you understand what each symbol stands for, what each letter stands for. And I've also given you some practice phrases to decode yourself until you get the hang of it. Okay, first code is called the one-hop code. It's called the one-hop code because you make 1 hop to the next letter, and that's how you figure out what each letter represents. Or each letter represents the one that comes right after it. So if you have a Z in your code, then that would actually equal an A. If you have an A in your code, that would actually equal B. If you have a B in your code, that stands for C, so on and so forth. So let's look at this first phrase that I have for you here. QDZC space Z space ANNJ. That is a bunch of jumbled random letters, right? No, that is a secret code. So let's crack it. Our first letter is Q. So I'm going to go up to my key and I'm going to find Q. Now I can see here that a Q actually equals the letter R. So that means that the first letter should be an R. Then the next letter I have is a D. So I'm going to come up here and see that the D actually equals the letter E. So my second letter should be an E. Then I have a Z. If I look at my key again, I can see that a Z would actually equal an A. So my third letter is an A. And then my last one is the letter C. So I'm going to come up here and I can see that the letter C actually represents D. So if I see a C, I should write the letter D. So the first word in my phrase is read. Okay, my next word is just the letter Z. So that's a 1-letter word. It could either be A or I. Those are the only 2 1-letter words in the English language. So I'm going to come up to my key and I will see that Z equals the letter A. So that 1-letter word is the word A. And my very last word, ANNJ. So I'm going to come back to my key. I would see that E would actually equal B. So I'm going to type B. And then I have 2 N's in a row. Just knowing what I know about spelling patterns in English, I know that it's either going to be a double E or a double O because those are the only 2 letters that we most commonly double in words. So let's look for the N. The N equals the letter O. That means instead of having 2 N's, I should actually have 2 O's. And then my very last letter is a J. And if I come over here, I can see that the J equals K. So I'm going to type a K. And of course I have an exclamation point, so I need to add that as well. And my secret phrase that I just decoded is read a book. Good job. So I've given you 2 more secret phrases here that I want you to try and decode. You can either pause the video now and write those down, or I'm going to attach this Google document in Google Classroom so you'll be able to go in and see these as well. It's up to you. Our second code is called capital letters only. In this code, you have a paragraph or a couple of sentences. And those sentences have a lot of proper nouns in them because we know that proper nouns are always capitalized because it is the name of a person, place, or thing. So all of the capital letters represent the next letter in my phrase. So if you look at this first one, every time Arthur went to Total Goodness to eat outrageous orange donuts, he ended up seeing his arch enemies, Fred, Oscar, Ozzy, and Danny. I have bolded all of the capital letters So they are a little easier to see since this is the very first time you'll be cracking this code. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to write out all of the capital letters in the order that we see them, and then we'll go back through and separate all of our words. So we have the letter E, A, T, G, O, O, D, F, O, O, D. So I'm going to look at this phrase, and I'm going to split it where I see the words. I think eat is a word for sure, good is a word for sure, and food is a word. So my secret phrase is eat good food. Okay, I've created two more sentences here that each contain a secret phrase. I did not bold the letters on these two, so you're going to have to look very carefully to try and find all of the capital letters. Be careful and look closely, and if you find all the capital letters and it doesn't seem to make any sense, go back because you may have missed one. That's it. Easy peasy, right? And so fun. You can use these different codes to create your own secret messages and try and have someone in your family decode them. Or you can create secret messages and comment them on Google Classroom, and maybe I'll try and decode them and see what they say. Very fun, very interesting. So that's all for this video, guys. That's a pretty simple activity, but it's super fun, and all you need is a piece of paper, a pencil, and your imagination. I'm going to add the Google document on Google Classroom with this video so that you can see the key and the secret phrases that I want you to decode. But if you would like to, you can also just pause the video and write down the key for the first one and write down the phrases if you would like, and then you don't have to worry about getting on Google Classroom. It's up to you though. So, as always, I miss you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you soon. Bye!